What is like the spiritual invitation for growth there that you can see?
I don't know if there is one. I myself not a fan of growth for all kinds of reasons. Chief of which being that everywhere I look where growth is a sort of value unto itself, untethered to the consequences of its pursuit. Yeah, it's has its own reward and so on and so on. I'm brought to mind over and over again of suburbs. Well, really, I mean, and also I worked in the death trade, right? So I was in oncology a lot, and it's no accident that they use that word to describe tumor. Okay, they don't call it atrophy, they call it growth. Well, there's a reason for that. Because growth for its own sake, well, think of how a tumor does its work. It's, we attribute all kinds of nefarious devilry to a tumor, but a tumor is, is just going about its understanding of itself oftentimes with relentless efficiency. And what does it do? It grows itself to death. That's what it does. I mean, does that sound familiar? Surely it does. No. So can you somehow rescue growth from that particular scenario and sort of redeem it in some fashion? The answer is no, man, I don't think so. Growth means increase. That's what it means. Now, if you want to opt out of that arrangement, you probably can't use the word growth to characterize, whatever you have in mind. But increase, especially for people who look like me in this world, I mean, we've had our day with increase. Let's just say that, and let's just know it for the crude and brutal fact that it is, that we've had our time with increase for its own sake, be it inner or outer. And the world is not better off for having done so. So at the very least, it's time for zero growth of a kind of intellectual and mythic and poetic kind, I would say. Learning to live with less surely also includes learning how to live with less elaborate sense of oneself. So all of that is a preamble to your question, or to my answer to it, which is something like this. Don't forget the nights, it's called Nights of Grief and Mystery. It's not called Nights of Grief and just when you thought it was over, more grief. That's not what it's called. And so these things are twins of a kind.
So we're new to YouTube and we would love your feedback. Please comment, subscribe, follow, tell all your friends, and let us know what you think.